Captain Maysaa Ouza feels proud when she puts on her Air Force uniform. It represents her commitment to serving her country and upholding its values, which for her means she can be an Air Force officer and also a proud Muslim woman. She's the first Muslim JAG officer in the Air Force authorized to wear a hijab in uniform, but she's not the last. By her own admission, Captain Maysaa Ouza is not your typical Air Force officer. The 29-year-old grew up in Dearborn, and as you can see, she proudly wears a hijab. When you first joined, how many other officers looked like you who wore hijab?
When I first joined, I personally didn't see any other Muslim women who wore hijab in uniform.
It was something Maysaa had to fight for, too. A hijab in the Air Force requires approval through a religious accommodation process.
When I first joined, I was told that I wouldn't be allowed to apply for religious accommodation until after I completed officer training school. I felt like I was being forced to choose between serving my country and practicing the tenets of my faith.
So back in 2018, Maysaa, now an attorney in the Air Force's legal arm, had to find legal guidance of her own.
I wanted to join because I wanted to protect and defend the freedoms of this country. Yet, ironically enough, I felt like my religious freedom was being stripped away. So I called my mentor, and with her advice, we solicited the representation of the ACLU and Hamoud and Khalala Law Group.
And because of those efforts, the Air Force not only granted Maysaa a religious accommodation, but within that same year,
they changed their policy to allow pre-accession religious accommodation requests.
Meaning airmen and airwomen can start the process of getting that accommodation right away.
I mean, sometimes issues don't really come into fruition until someone makes an issue out of it, and I'm that type of person.
Making an issue out of it, or in this case advocating, is something Maysaa does day in and day out for other people. She works as a special victims counsel at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio.
I represent victims of sexual assault and domestic violence.
So Maysaa, what made you want to join the Air Force?
My parents immigrated from Lebanon to Michigan in their early 80s. They came here with nothing but the clothes on their backs.
Her dad started his very first job in the U.S. at Ford. Her parents taught her to dream big and fight hard for her values. It's those lessons, she said, that led her to her career in the first place.
I wanted to represent marginalized groups, and I wanted to help empower others to have a voice.
And she uses TikTok as a megaphone in that effort, along with fellow Air Force officers.
I'm Jewish.
I'm Muslim.
Her videos have had millions and millions of views. She often uses comedy and satire to spread messages of love and acceptance.
We are all cut from the same cookie cutter.
But different flavor dough.
Shalom.
Assalamu alaikum.
Do you think other Muslim women will join the Air Force after learning about your story?
Of course. I receive messages on a daily from Muslims, from Sikhs, from other minorities who want to wear their articles of faith in the uniform. So you can't be what you can't see.
The Air Force does not track the number of religious accommodations it grants, but we did want to get a sense of what the Air Force looks like now, so here's what we found out. The U.S. Air Force is still overwhelmingly white and male. Less than 22% of active duty personnel in the Air Force are women. By race, you can see 71% of active duty Air Force personnel are white, 15% black, and less than 5% Asian. Maysaa says since this policy change, though, she has seen more diversity in the Air Force. Recently, the Air Force commissioned its first female Muslim hijab-wearing chaplain. Maysaa delivered a special prayer at that commissioning ceremony. Jen Shantz, 7 Action News.